AgDay Weather, brought to you by Capture LFR Liquid, at-plant insecticide for corn from FMC.
Mike, we've been in a pretty dry pattern the last few weeks, but that may change this week?
Well, for parts of the country anyway. We've obviously seen all that moisture coming into the west coast with the systems pounding the western part of the country. Some of that is coming east, and the Gulf moisture is going to get involved. So as you get into the eastern plains and on eastward from there into the Ohio and Tennessee valleys, there are definite chances for some rain this week with a couple of different systems coming through. Unfortunately, the western or high plains, I'm not so sure how much Gulf moisture is going to get back into your areas. And of course, that's the worst area as far as the severe or extreme drought is concerned. You can see a hint of a trough there out to the west, mainly a zonal flow, so everything's moving quickly from west to east, and that means a pretty mild weather pattern as we start the week for the central southern plains on into the southeast all the way up into the Great Lakes. That quick little burst of cold air goes on off to the east through the Great Lakes and the northeast. Then the real stuff starts to come in out west. Now, our long-range models continue to kind of show, sometimes it shows a deeper trough coming in, sometimes more of this flat trough, as you can see. This would be cold air from coast to coast for the northern half of the country, but it would stay mild to the south if this occurred here. And so it really does depend on how sharp this trough becomes as we head through the latter parts of next week, how far south that cold air goes. But overall, this is the warmest I've had for a week's temperature in several months, but above normal for most of the lower 48. Florida probably near normal. Below normal right up along the Canadian border from North Dakota back to the west, mainly because you'll start off on the mild side, but you're going to have that cold air coming in late in the week, and it will turn colder through the Great Lakes late in the week as well. But overall, it's definitely going to be above normal, even that far north. Precipitation for this coming week then, with a couple of systems coming through the Mississippi Valley and the Great Lakes, will go above normal for that area. Below normal, unfortunately, for the high plains back into the southwest, also above normal Northern California northward through the northern Rockies as those systems continue to come in. 90-day outlook for temperatures below normal, as you can see, for mainly the eastern half of the country, as you can see, above normal then from the Dakotas back to the west and all the way down into New Mexico, near normal for central and south Florida. Precipitation over the next 90 days above normal for the eastern third of the country with some systems moving up the east coast, below normal from Nebraska and Kansas back westward. That's a look across the country. Now let's take a look at some local forecasts. Aberdeen, Washington today, cloudy and breezy with some rain, high temperature around 50 degrees. Taking a look at El Dorado, Arkansas, variably cloudy and warm, a shower possible, high of 72. And Utica, New York, partly sunny and mild, the afternoon high of 54.